Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies, produced by LK Productions. I see Chris Garrett is with us, and Alex Cheek was with us, but apparently he left. He's now got his icon up there. There's Chris.
Yeah, I was trying to find my camera. So where's Alex?
He was here. I don't know where he went. Oh, he was just here. He had his camera on. I was getting the final touches on the setting this thing up, and kind of looked up, and he was gone. So I forgot to change my image tonight. I do not have on the Squid Games t-shirt tonight. I have on a wolf t-shirt. Looks like Alex is joining back in the. Somebody's got their Zoom running. I don't know if I can get this one. This one looks pretty cool. Oh, it's got a watermark though. I
think he's doing that on purpose again.
Yeah, I think so too. You know what's going on with him lately? He's sowing some wild oats, I think.
You put him in the weight room?
I did. Yeah, there's two things about I like the picture. It's got a picture of a wolf, but it's also got a watermark. And you can't see the wolf when I sit up straight, so I'm going to have to go change that one. I kind of like that background too, so that'll make that go away. And that'll work while I go research an image somewhere. Okay. There comes Jeff.
Good evening.
Your camera lid is still down.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying not to break the camera.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, at least now I know the volume on my phone is fixed. I was beginning to doubt it a while ago. It just kept flashing. Jim said earlier in the night, 10 o'clock. Let's see if I can find that here. Yeah, there we go. 10 o'clock. You guys keep messing with the schedule. He might be in Zoom after the stream. Yeah, let's let the young person back in here. Yeah, that's it. Encourage him. And he's back.
What? Must have had computer troubles on Alex's end. I don't know.
No, I was already in. I was already in the waiting room and wasn't even in the Zoom a minute.
I edited. I didn't re-edit. I edited the live stream from StreamYard today and took out that one little part. I apologize to everybody for that. I'm still waiting on
taking it out.
No,
I don't know what you were removed, so that's okay.
Oh, I'll tell you after the stream ends.
All right. I don't care.
I did the StreamYard experiment earlier today and learned quite a bit, actually.
On what's his name's thing? John Southern Exposure.
No, I did one myself this evening or this afternoon
Okay.
because there was John Southern Exposure had a 1 minute 13-second delay from the time we would talk on Zoom on StreamYard till it would show up on YouTube.
Let me
So
ask you a dumb question here. Is StreamYard more or less equivalent to OBS?
no, it's more or less equivalent to Zoom.
But you can stream to YouTube through it.
According to Alex, I can stream to YouTube through Zoom as well. I have to look into it. I'm actually going to do a video next week, maybe over a couple day period on, okay, this is StreamYard. This is how you go live with StreamYard. This is Zoom. This is how you go live with Zoom. This is OBS. This is how you go live with OBS. And, you know, just kind of explain the differences. There was things about StreamYard I actually liked.
Okay.
It had some good features.
I'm gonna say, I guess I'm the sort of person, if I find something that works, I would just say screw everything else and
Well,
stick with it generally.
Yeah, true. Well, I wanted to find out.
Not that everybody else needs to be like that.
Yeah, no, I understand. But John had that 1 minute and 13-second delay, and I wanted to figure out why. I thought maybe it was a setting. It wasn't. He was actually running 2 live streams at one time. That'll slow you down a little bit.
2 at once?
Mm-hmm.
With the same content, but through 2 different.
One of them was actually,
so to speak.
No, one of them was live like we are now, and it was interactive. The other one was just a background picture. Nothing was going out, but it was active within StreamYard.
Right.
So, because he's got plenty of internet, he has 300 megabytes per second, so he's good on the internet. And then I had asked him earlier, and before he got back to me, I went ahead and started mine just to see, and I had about a 7-second delay. Now, in comparison, we will do a little test here.
Well, my audio just cut out again.
The old-time computer manuals always say for something like that, probable user error.
Getting on my nerves. The way I've got it, the way I've got the audio and video wired, for my computer, the audio was being picked up in OBS by the capture card. The computer audio, but at the same time, the computer audio was not being played on my speakers.
So it goes through your capture card first.
So I'm saying that to say this. It's not that narrows it down so that it's not a computer issue. Because if it was a computer issue, both the capture card, it wouldn't show up. It wouldn't show up in OBS, and it wouldn't show up in OBS, but not play the audio over the actual speakers. And yes, the audio and video, the HDMI feed coming out of my computer for my second screen actually comes out of my computer and goes into an HDMI splitter box. A one input to 2 output HDMI splitter. One of those HDMI feeds from the splitter goes into my capture card, and one goes directly into my TV.
Okay, the one that goes into the capture card then goes into OBS?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
But it's the same audio feed that's going into OBS and that's coming out of my speakers. So
okay, but when it goes to the TV, then it would come through the speakers on your sound bar.
Yes.
If it was working right, but it's not doing it.
It's working now, but it'll intermittently cut out.
got a loose connection someplace? I mean, that's maybe a
Like it just did a while ago. But when it cut out a while ago, I had OBS open at the same time, and I was able to notice that the audio was still coming through on OBS, but it wasn't coming through the actual soundbar.
I hate to tell you, Dan, but you're about to be gobbled up by something.
So that leads me to believe it's something to do with the sound bar and a TV, not with the computer.
Okay. Loose connection. Who knows? All right.
So I ran a test a while ago while Alex was explaining that, and I'll rerun it.
But here's why I don't think it's a loose connection. Because it doesn't do it, it only does it between audio only drops out on the soundbar when I'm using the computer. It never drops out if I'm using something else on the TV, whether that's the VCR or game or my Chromecast thing, or it only happens.
Well, then that would almost say it's something in your computer then. But if it's going to the capture card correctly, it's coming out of the same output signal of the computer, that would say otherwise. So that's kind of confusing.
Yes, yeah, that's what is happening. It's coming out. It's the same signal from the computer, but it's being reran. Essentially, it's being ran out of the computer into the capture card and then back into the computer for OBS. And so,
and then OBS you're recording it with OBS. You aren't broadcast. You aren't putting it on YouTube yourself, are you?
So let me explain this so that everybody can understand. Hang on, I got to get the right screen over here on DaVinci, though. DaVinci on OBS. And let's see here. So basically what Alex is saying is you got your computer like right here. Then over here you got your monitor. Then over here you got all this mess that says wiring. He runs a cable over here, it goes over there. Then this cable goes over here and goes over there. Then that cable goes over here and somehow it gets split off and somehow it goes back to there, gets rerouted back over here, and then it gets split back over here. Hell, it's no wonder nothing works. Look at that mess. Thank you.
So now, out of your capture card, though, well, the capture card is attached to the computer, right? Or not?
Right.
So it has a path back into the computer through the capture card.
Yes.
So there could be some type of a feedback mechanism that would interrupt the signal at some point, maybe. That's curious.
Is it possible that the computer and the television can't communicate because the television is so old?
Shouldn't work at all then if that were the case, I would think.
Well, I have no idea.
Again, I have not only had audio issues with this TV and this computer, but I've had video issues with this television and this computer. Because there's some days I will turn on this TV, turn on the computer, and the TV will come on and it will say resolution error, please correct the problem or something like that.
Well, maybe you got a circuit going bad in the TV.
Yep.
Ask that what you just asked again, Ken.
Ask Alex what I just asked again?
No, say that what you just asked. What did you just ask?
Oh, if there was a possibility that the computer and TV can't talk to one another because the TV's so old. Was that what you wanted me to re-ask?
Yeah, I didn't understand it.
So I'm going to demonstrate something here. I'm going to click my start button on my timer at the same time I turn off my video. And when it shows up on Stoom, I'll stop it. 3.46 seconds. So that's pretty damn quick.
Yep.
Compared to earlier today, it was a minute and a half. And you can imagine how painful a minute and a half was. By the way, Mrs. K says to tell everybody hi.
Right.
She's
What
at
did
work.
she say about the Android?
I actually explained it to her today. I brought her in and I said, I got this from Chris Garrett. I showed it to her. I said, it does one thing and one thing only. It's a camera. I ain't got no body on the side. Don't be even thinking nothing like that. So I give her about 3 days and she goes, what's that second phone for? Because she'll forget.
Now, Alex, does your computer only have HDMI out? Or does it have another?
Audio, for audio or for video?
Well, for either.
Um,
Does it have DisplayPort or something else as well?
my computer actually has one normal full size HDMI output, and then it can operate 3 monitors. But to operate the additional 2 monitors, you have to use USB-C to HDMI or whatever you need adapters.
Okay. Okay, so it doesn't have like a physical DisplayPort, for example.
It does not. It's
Okay.
HDMI. It's HDMI and USB-C for the video.
Okay, all right. That answers my question.
So is this a new camera, BH Ringer?
Yeah, it is.
Looks good.
I don't think I look any better myself, but
No, but that tiger's looking damn good behind you.
And I was about to say that.
Oh, geez. Before I forget, I have some news for tonight. The title of tonight was Another Milestone Today. And before I reveal what that is, does anybody want to take a gander at what that milestone might be?
Something to do with getting another year's license for Zoom.
Anybody but Alex want to take a guess as to what that milestone might be? He's right, actually.
Yeah.
Well, he put 2 and 2 together. You seriously need to get your computer looked at by a technician who's got 3.5 weeks of experience, because there's something going on. Yes,
I know.
This is the.
I know what that issue is. When it says waiting room and it says host will let you in soon. I know that issue. Your
you
finger.
could ask. I've got 3 witnesses. My hands have been like this the whole time. I didn't do anything. So Alex is pretty much correct. I didn't realize it, but today is the 1-year anniversary of having a Zoom license provided by Robert, and I want to give Robert another big thank you and a big shout out. He renewed the license today. We're good for another year.
That's pretty decent.
Yes, I woke up to a text message that said, I can't believe it's been a year. I just renewed the license. That was a very nice text to wake up to, and very, very nice of him to do that. So thank you, Robert. If you're listening, if not, if I see your name pop up, I will thank you again. So I did a poll earlier tonight in YouTube. I guess it's a poll. It's in community. Now, I've got a question. How does that work? When I put something on community, does it pop up on your channel because you're subscribed to me that something popped up?
There's a channel or two that they post like community things all the time, like questions and whatever. And if it'll show up on my recommended, it'll show up on my main YouTube page, on my main YouTube homepage. If I scrolling through it, it'll show up, and then I can click
so
on.
You don't have to go searching for it or anything. It will be there.
At least it'll show. I don't know about the computer. I've never seen it on the computer, but I know if I scroll through my phone, if I'm looking at YouTube on my phone, it will show up on there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it did on mine. I was looking at something on my phone, just scrolling down through all the stuff available on YouTube, and there was the poll.
Okay. Interesting.
Don't know how it worked.
On the computer, you may have to go to the actual community tab on the.
I don't
I
know.
don't-
I don't. I just put it up there. I was thinking about that. I was actually thinking about doing that a while back, but I did finally get it accomplished today. So I'm trying to narrow down a specific starting time because it's got to be rough on everybody. Like Jim said, 10 o'clock. You guys are really messing with my schedule. So I'm thinking if I can get, let's just say, across the board, we're going to start every night at 11 p.m. or Eastern Standard Time. Then we all know what time I'm going to start. Um, unless I can get unless I can get my wife to go to a different schedule, that's the way it's probably going to have to be.
6 a.m. to 2 p.m.
If I can get her to go to 6 a to 2 p.m., yes, that would work out really good. So Long Dog is saying something about his child and him have never made a broadcast at any time. Oh, well, that's an accomplishment. But do you want to broadcast? Makes me feel like I'm part of Facebook where people can poke at my business.
But answer the question earlier about the even though it is working, I still sort of think the TV and computer is incompatible since the TV is over 10 years old and it's only 720, and my computer is like just a little tad bit older than a year, probably a year and 3 or 4 months, maybe.
I don't know if it's that it's incompatible, but that TV is old enough. You could have something starting to get flaky in the hardware on a TV that old. Just act up once.
Well, that TV's that old. We've nearly lived in this house for 10 years, and that TV is the TV that my dad and my stepbrother used to have in their trailer when they used to live together, and that's been 15 years ago.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if there isn't something going flaky in the TV at this point in time if it's that old. I have an old LG downstairs in the family room that is what I generally watch on, and it was one
I've
that
never
my
noticed the
daughter
audio
and her
going out or the video going out. This is the crazy thing. I've never noticed the audio or video going out when I watch something else on the TV that is not the computer.
well, but it could be something going flaky in the input
According
into the
to a
TV.
quick Google search,
But
that
that's not
TV
to say
came out.
that the TV and the computer just can't.
In 2011.
So,
What about 2011?
That's when that TV that you're using as a monitor came out. So it's 11 years old. That's what the quick Google search shows. I'm not going to do an in-depth Google search. I'm not going to get down to the day and the time and the month or anything. So it's probably got
Good
some
news
issues.
is the good news is the new TV we're looking at is only 15 pounds, and this TV is 20 pounds. So my bracket that I have on the wall should still support a new TV.
It should. Yes.
What I got.
Oh my goodness. Is that what I think it is?
I got a box full of those someplace.
It's for my old
The
computer.
question is though, Chris, do they have data on them and can you access the data?
Yes. That gateway I bought, it has a floppy drive.
Okay. John
I
Lloyd,
saw-
I was just getting
Some of
ready
them
to
are
ask
blank.
if you were still in chat. John Lloyd joins us. He says, glad he does not live in Buffalo, New York. Yeah, I seen a news report earlier. I guess they're just getting bombarded with snow.
What is it like? What
Like
is
it,
it like? 1.4 megabytes is the capacity of a floppy.
144. Yeah.
I had Windows 98 second
Which is-
edition.
That's when your CD-ROM or your BIOS don't support bootable CD-ROMs.
So I'm going to go to our weatherman and see if he can bring up a radar and show us the storm in Buffalo, New York. We'll go to our weatherman in the field now. Hey, Chris. Oh, wait, he's not ready. Let's go to
Yeah.
the sports newscaster. So, BH, do you think you're going to catch any of that snow that's up there in Buffalo?
I don't think so. No, that was all lake effect snow
Oh,
off
is
the
that
Great Lakes.
right? Okay.
I would assume that's what it was, yeah.
So it's not.
Now, yeah, it's up there. But let it load. This thing's having a hard time loading.
I saw a video on YouTube the other day, but it was from a TV news broadcast someplace, and they interviewed a guy that's still making a living selling floppy disks.
Oh, wow.
And he buys old leftovers that folks had, particularly if somebody has some that were unused and so forth. He's the only guy really doing this full time left in the country, but he says he's still making a nice living at it because there's enough old machines out there like that run equipment and such.
Yeah.
That can still use floppy disks that he can still make a living at it. He said it's obvious it's going to come to an end at some point, but not for a while yet.
Jeff,
I still have a floppy drive. It's a USB drive, but I can still read a floppy.
Jeff, did that article mention anything about him selling to like doctors' offices or medical companies?
Well, he sell it's some, yeah, but there's other kinds of equipment that's still running on old machines too. If I can find that again, I'll post a link to it. I'll have to hunt for it.
I read a similar article recently, and apparently there's still medical offices, doctors' offices that like floppies.
Yep.
You know, that's kind of hard to believe in the year 2022.
But some
But
software for certain old equipment used to be distributed on floppies, apparently. I don't know about storing data. I don't know if they're doing that. Maybe somebody is.
My doctor's office just upgraded to a home news system. They basically, my doctor just basically sold his office to another company, and they basically, redid the whole patient login system and all that.
But like I said, when I had my eyes examined this summer, there was a machine in the final exam room that was running Windows XP Professional.
64
So they
bit.
were,
Now, the rest of the office, the machines up front and whatever, as far as I could tell, were running a modern version of Windows. But so I'm assuming this was attached to some piece of equipment.
there was a textile company here years ago. They did a lot of sewing, I guess clothes. I don't know exactly what they did, but it's called JP Stevens. Y'all probably heard of it. But
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
I knew of a guy that his wife said that he I don't know exactly what he did, but he created a program for one of their computers. I guess he wrote the program. I don't know. But or he had it, he got a hold of it somehow, but when they fired, I guess he got fired, but so he took all the floppy disk out of the computers so they wouldn't run the program no more. Because it was actually his program. So he went to all the computers and I guess he got the disk out. Because this was back when they did use floppies.
Okay, I'm putting a link in chat I found the video. It's in the Zoom chat.
Excuse
there.
myself for 1 second. My
And
fish
let me
tank
see
needs
if
water. The pumps are blowing air, and that's not good.
And there it is in the YouTube chat. Short news article.
Yeah, I found this old company. There wasn't much on JP Stevens on Wikipedia, but it's John Peter Stevens.
This is from Reuters News.
I find that's odd that needs water so soon because I just put water in it like Monday. But then again, we do have it set to the temperature of the Philippines here, so I guess that makes sense.
You could have a Keurig, and your Keurig, you would need to refill its water every day. So quit complaining.
There were a couple of Keurig models that you can hook to a line like you would do the ice maker on a refrigerator.
Yep, I've seen those.
Like you would do the ice maker on a refrigerator.
Do I dare guess who just joined chat? Do I dare guess who just joined chat? Join chat. Join chat. Is somebody taking advantage of the fact that I'm not sitting in front of the computer?
What do you think?
Somebody taking advantage. I think if I walk back in there, I hear an echo, someone's going to get kicked out of Zoom for the night. That's what I think. You want to test the waters?
Hey, I am sorry. I know I was kind of
Kilo, lie down.
pretty sure that it was never. I'm gonna
Get it? Pun, test the waters. I'm filling the tank up.
Ha ha. Because I knew who's gonna get kicked out.
Yeah, I wonder. I bet it's the first 3 letters of the alphabet. What do you think? It's pretty good, though. I could hear the gurgling sound over the headphones. So, I mean, that's how loud it was. I guess I better turn the tank light off because it will create problems. No, you guys aren't getting fed yet.
So New York City did get some snow, but it's not moved out.
I saw a news report earlier. It looked like somebody was getting feet and feet of snow.
Buffalo. Got like 68 inches.
Where was it?
Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo?
Orchard
Okay.
Park
Yeah, audio's fine, BH.
I think Cleveland was getting it too.
Does the Great Lakes still freeze where you can drive on parts of it?
Where?
There used to be parts of the Great Lakes that would freeze so thick that you could drive on it.
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know. So far out, you couldn't. They had a certain places where you couldn't.
That used to happen a lot of places when my dad was in high school, a long time ago now.
I don't know if my mom.
The rivers would freeze in Kansas enough that you could drive a Model T or a Model A on them.
My mom probably wouldn't trust it. If we go to the Grand Canyon, if we ever go to the Grand Canyon, she won't let me drive on that glass part that you can walk out on.
Oh, you can walk out on a part of a Grand Canyon?
Yeah, there's supposedly a glass thing that you can walk out on and look down.
There is. It's on the North Rim, run by a Native American tribe.
Yeah, you're not missing anything. I've been there. I did not go out. Robert put a request in.
I don't think I would want to do that.
The scary thing about that's on Facebook too. This is intriguing me. Robert put a request in the chat room. Says, "I'd like to see my streaming folks to do this," and then when you click on it, it takes you to Zoom, and it's just 4 screens. So I want to demonstrate something here. I'll have to go back to that, but I want to demonstrate something to YouTube. I have 4 screens right there, basically the same setup. And if I wanted to, instead of having it showing the screen, for example, I could go over here to Taylor Swift. Any Taylor Swift fans in here, by the way?
No.
That's good, because I'm getting ready. No. So I could, instead of having Taylor Swift there, I could go over here to, I don't know, YouTube, and go try to find somebody putting a desk together. Oh, wait, that's Doug. And if it plays, it's going to be the same thing as what he showed over there. Now, I'm not smart enough right now to figure out what I could show without maybe violating someone's copyright. So I'm not going to do that. But I wanted him to see if he's watching the stream. I've already got that set up. I just need to figure out what I want to display for different, on 4 different screens. That's all it is. So I will now return us back to our regularly scheduled Zoom right there. You guys probably couldn't see that unless you were watching the stream. I didn't want to go through sharing my screen because you know who's here now, and you know who would get a little upset if I shared my screen. Oh, hey, Greg, when did you get here? He's muted. Somebody want to tell him he's muted?
About 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. That's probably when I was out filling the fish tank up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that he might be the one who was echoing.
Oh, I think he was originally the one that was echoing, but then I think someone saw a golden opportunity to continue on with the echoing, and I can tell by the grin coming over his face that I'm pretty much right. Just on principle alone, I'm going to throw him in the waiting room. I figured it was either Greg or Gary. I wasn't sure. And then when it kept going, I kind of figured somebody was trying to sow his oats again or whatever. So, anyway. Long Dog posted a link to the Grand Canyon Skywalk. There was a couple things about that prevented me from going out there. Number one, cost. Number two, I don't think I could actually walk across that bridge standing up. I'd probably been down on all fours and somebody had had to drag me along. Now, I will say, having been to both sides of the Grand Canyon, what I call the American side, which is out of Flagstaff, and the Indian side, which is where this is at, the American side has guardrails up. They got fences up. They got brick walls and fences and everything else. People do stupid things and climb over them and get out there and they fall and they die. When we visited the Indian side, I asked one of the guys there, I said, how many people die here a year? And he says, we have never had anybody fall ever. Man, I find that hard to believe because you could walk right to the edge if you were brave enough and lean over and look. I usually got about, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet away, and I'm like, oh, that's a nice view. Oh, that's a nice view. And of course, Mrs. K's like, come on, get up here and look. I'm like, no. I believe you, you know. So, anyway, just wanted to throw it out there. Greg, did you get anything done today?
Not really.
So how far is it from the American side to the Indian side of them?
Well, you have to drive back down to what's that one highway that connects Kingman, Arizona to Nevada? Jeff should know.
40
10 or 40.
or 10?
Well, 40 runs through, or no, 10. Does 10 run through 40? No, it's the one that goes up into Nevada. You come down it, and you come down into Kingman as you're coming out of Nevada. I'll think of it in a minute. I think it was about
Kingman, you go up US 93 to go to the dam.
right, and then you cut down. Is it 93 takes you all the way over to Kingman?
Yeah.
Well, halfway between.
Once you go to Boulder and go south, you're on 93 and it goes all the way to Kingman. Then you hit I-40 there.
Right. Well, halfway between the dam, which is the state line, and Kingman, there's a road that says Grand Canyon, that away.
Yeah, North Rim.
Rim, right. And the thing they forget to tell you is it takes a day and a half to get there from that road. Somebody's got OBS running. And do you want to explain to me before I kick you out why you have OBS running? Look at him playing innocent. Not me. Okay. What was that all about? It said Alex Cheek, by the way, on top of the screen. Now he's going to come back and say, I lost my sound bar.
Oh gosh, it was 1:30 again.
Alex. I think he's seriously having some issues, technical issues.
No, I just showed you that to show you that I just screen shared you that my OBS just so I could show you that the audio was still coming through the capture card on OBS, but I did not have audio coming out of the speakers just now. I lost the audio coming out of the speakers again.
Oh, okay. And then when you came back, your audio sounded like you were trying out for the new Darth Vader voice.
Because I'm on my phone at the minute until my audio comes back on.
Well, if you promise to be a good boy between now and Christmas, I'm thinking maybe Santa Claus will hook you up. I don't know. On Life Patrol episodes, cool.
My audio is working again on my computer. It'll go out for not even 5 minutes and then come back again.
Saw a nice TV at the Salvation Army store the other day.
And there's no way it can be one of the HDMI inputs where you could just take one out and put it in another one and test that. I mean, obviously there's something going on.
Yeah, obviously, and I have a feeling that it's not the computer or the capture card, since the audio is also being ran to the capture, since the same audio is being ran to the capture card and to the speakers, but it only stops coming out of the speakers and never stops coming out of the.
Do you have more than one HDMI input on that TV?
Yes.
Try a different HDMI input from your computer or for your splitter. Just for the heck of it.
Is there any possibility your capture card could have an issue? Connection wise. Is there any way it could have come loose somewhere?
No, I checked it. It's not loose.
Okay. We're just kind of spitballing and throwing ideas out there. That's got to be annoying when you're all of a sudden listening to something and all of a sudden it just goes away and you can't hear anything. That's got to just drive you up a wall. I mean, I couldn't imagine what that would be like to have someone talking, you just can't hear a word they're saying. That would drive me up a wall.
When you're using the TV as the TV, where's your signal coming from?
When I'm using the TV with anything else other than the computer, like my Chromecast stick, doodad, or anything else, or with it comes out of like if I'm using it with the Chromecast thing, the Chromecast plugs into the TV on HDMI, and then the audio course goes from the TV audio output to the soundbar.
Okay. Swap the Chromecast and the computer inputs for HDMI and see if that affects anything. Maybe there's a problem with one of the input sockets.
I'm back.
That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. My head's so old.
But this whole thing.
So that was interesting. The clocks actually stopped running when I brought up Doug's thing for tomorrow to demonstrate the 4 screens. That's never happened. That should, as long as that window is open and not minimized, the clock should never stop running. Uh-oh, I think I'm inheriting Alex's computer problems. That is weird. Jeff, if he's receiving his audio through HDMI from the TV and not from a 3.5 millimeter jack connected to a set of speakers, 3.5 millimeter jack can have connection issues. Always have, always will.
Actually, the connection between my soundbar and my TV is a left and right RCA connection on the TV, going to a 3.5 millimeter on the sound bar. So the part that plugs in the part of the cable that plugs into the TV audio out is the left and right RCA jacks, and the other side of that same cable is a 3.5 millimeter for that goes into the sound bar.
Hey, Ken,
So,
he sent
so
you that
Lawn
via
Dog is saying that
virus
is
via text.
Do what, Greg?
I said, Alex sent you that virus problem via text.
Probably. No, I'd never seen that before. I actually had to bring OBS over.
he's saying that Lawn Dog is saying that is the 3.5 millimeter audio. But again, I've not noticed this problem on using anything else connected to the TV. Only with the computer.
And it looks like they're frozen again. Wow.
Speaking of video, I was watching your StreamYard's broadcast, and
Right.
your video was popping in and out.
Yes. I was explaining that while we were live, that I was having video issues and that it would be visible and be able to be seen once I uploaded the recorded video. Thank you for mentioning that. I had 46 views while it was live, and by making it private, obviously I lose all of that, and I will end up deleting that because I've already edited out the part that was not suitable to be seen, and I've re-uploaded it. I think I had 5 views last time I checked, so I'm going to lose some views on it, but it was fun. It was very enjoyable. I learned quite a bit.
And your video wasn't as clear as it is in Zoom.
Really?
Yeah, looked a little blurry.
Well, that I didn't notice.
Noticing a difference.
Did not notice that. The main lesson I learned is do not put a link into YouTube chat because everybody and their brother can access that link.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oops.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, there were bombs. Quite a few of them. And it just got to the point, which I'm sure you could see it on the replay when I edited it, that it just got to the point when someone showed up with a weird name or whatever, I just banned them, got rid of them immediately. But there were some features on StreamYard that I wish Zoom had. For example, YouTube chat automatically shows up in StreamYard. And then they have a button I can hover over someone's chat, click the plus sign, and it'll display it across the bottom of StreamYard. Zoom doesn't have that. I do that over the stream. For example, I use Twidget, and now, of course, it's not going to work because I'm trying to demonstrate it. And I just highlighted Long Dog, and it says they're notorious for having flaky contacts. It can happen even if they're technically undisturbed. Well, if this was StreamYard, I could have just clicked that comment there and then clicked hide, and it goes away. Maybe Zoom will catch up one of these days. I don't know. It's gimmicky, but I liked it. Trying to think, there was something else that I really did like about it.
Did you get my text on Messenger about how to make a person a moderator?
I seen that. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I don't really intend to do probably very many more stream. Let me rephrase that. If I'm asked to show someone how to use StreamYard, I'm going to do it by all means. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to use StreamYard for a very long time. It's good to be knowledgeable of it. That way, if someone says, hey, I got a question, then I have a little bit of experience of using it and can possibly answer it. The one thing also today that I have to be very thankful to John for is, and I'm going to do this way because if I do it any other way, it'll mess the clocks up. As of right now, I have 197 subscribers. So I'm very thankful that John wanted me to moderate his live stream. Yeah, I jumped up about 11 today. And then we gained that one guy from on StreamYard. So that's good. I'm 3 away from hitting 200. I got 12 days to get 3 subscribers and hopefully not lose any. I'm going to send someone an email and say, oh, please come back. No, I'm not.
Okay, so I just changed something on my computer. I just disconnected the HDMI splitter that's going to my capture card and my computer. So now the cable that's going to my second screen for my computer is plugged directly into my computer. It's going directly from my computer to my TV.
Did you change the HDMI input on the TV?
No, not yet. But this will tell me if this fixes the problem. This will tell me that it's something to do with that splitter.
Yeah. It may be that if you split it, the signal's not as strong.
So you can't change the color of the pen when you're in the whiteboard on Zoom? I don't like that. I was going to update everybody. So basically what Alex is saying is he went over here to this mess over here, and he unplugged something from right here. He just did away with that. He took it and unplugged it. Boy, I think my mouse is having issues. And now he's got it connected directly into here, almost like a node in DaVinci Resolve. Somebody ought to knew I was going to get a DaVinci Resolve comment in there.
Looks like a car with one headlight.
So put a merge node in right here, Alex. Put that merge node right there, and that'll solve all your problems. I don't like the fact you can't change the color of the whiteboard.
Yes, you can.
Well, apparently you can, or I would have.
Is this your version of a Rorschach test?
Yeah, exactly. So I understand why he wouldn't do 2 things at once, Jeff. If he did both at one time and it fixes it, he doesn't know which one of those issues he fixed, By doing one.
I understand that. I would have, from all the other symptoms, I would have suspected the TV input in the first place. That was my only thought.
So I don't have that menu on the side.
But I've been known to be full of crap before, so.
Well, it'd be nice if this solves it. I don't have that menu when I do the whiteboard.
Look, click on the T for text and see if there's a change color there. Well, actually, the blue dot. See the blue dot down there on the left?
Yeah, this is Alex's screen. He's messing with me again.
Oh.
See, this is black right here.
You draw worse than I do.
Hey, I think that's pretty good.
Hey, I'm not an artist.
Not an artiste?
Never pretend to be, never try to be, don't want to be. I can draw a halfway decent stick figure, though. Yeah, I'm wondering why I don't have that option. Are you on the whiteboard or something else?
Yeah, I'm on the whiteboard. On the bottom, there should be an option for
the blue dot should be the color selector.
For whiteboard, you can just click on that. And you can actually edit, you can actually draw on this too.
Okay, so I've got the whiteboard.
Color selector.
But I do, when I click on that, there's no options here for me.
On the bottom, the far option to the right is whiteboard, and you can just click on that and click on.
My whiteboard is actually the 5th thing down, first one on the second row.
Well, it's probably different because you're the host and you got more options, but
From top to bottom, I have screen 1, screen 2, screen 3, screen 4, whiteboard, iPhone, iPad, OBS, Stout Live, Twidget, multiple clocks, Doug Betts live Windows training, Xavier Musketeers from Brave Browser. I was watching the basketball game
now if
earlier,
I click
and
on screen,
Fancy
now if I
Result.
click on screen share and I click on whiteboard on screen share and I click share, that brings up that's something different.
So how were you displaying that with the options a while ago? Were you not screen sharing that?
I clicked on the whiteboard. There's a whiteboard option down at the bottom of the screen. If you click on that, because that whiteboard option allows everybody else to collaborate on your.
All right,
Where's the
everybody jump over to this stream just a second.
Okay, where's the whiteboard option?
I'm going to show you over on the stream. So if I click on share my screen, I have whiteboard right here is the only place I have whiteboard. I do not have whiteboard anywhere else in here.
I have it next to like there's share screen and then record reactions.
That's the
Oh, so-
whiteboard option I'm referring
It's
to.
one of those icons at the bottom of the screen for me.
Oh,
Not
it's
for
way
me.
over. Oh, I see. I have whiteboards, plural, over here on the bottom. I thought it was a share screen option. Okay,
That's what I mean. And then if you click on whiteboards, it'll have a little checkbox that says at the bottom, it says allow participants to access after meeting or
have to
something.
be logged
and it'll say
into
like all
Zoom.
participants can edit. So if I open up a whiteboard, everybody should now be able to edit this. And it shows by different colors who is doing what.
Okay.
So you're doing that. You're not doing that through the share screen option. You're doing that through another option.
Yeah, I'm doing
Okay.
it. There's another
Gotcha.
option.
Okay, now it makes sense.
Now, do you
No.
have to be logged in to see that option to Zoom? Because I'm not logged in and I don't see that option.
I don't see it either. I'm not logged in.
Well, then my assumption is yes, you have to be logged in.
Okay, I mean, I could draw on it once you put it up.
All right, see if you can draw on that one. You should be able to. It's open to everybody. Right, Jeff just drew a straight line. Wintermute's drawing something. Alex is doing something. Okay, so now. Okay, now I understand where that comes from. So.
I can't do anything.
Really?
See?
BH
You have to
Ringer's there.
select a tool.
Yeah, you have to select a pencil or
Oh,
tape or line.
okay.
Or box or shape.
It's not showing my name.
Well, that's kind of cool. This reminds me of the Yellow Submarine. Didn't they have arrows in that movie somewhere, if I remember right? All right, cool. Now I understand that. Or am I just putting my movies together and thinking that was in Yellow Submarine? The green meanies, I think it was. Didn't they have arrows?
We all live in the Yellow Submarine.
No, you would be living outside the Yellow Submarine. Jeff, let Alex Smith with his changes for a few days, and then we can hear his feedback. Yeah, I would let this. Have you had any audio problems since you switched whatever it was you switched?
No.
Okay, I would give it
So
a
it
couple
could be
days.
the splitter or it could be the cable. Unless he's using the cable that went from the splitter to the TV for this. So there's still two things that may have changed.
Yes, I'm using this cable that was plugged into one of the outputs on the splitter because it's the cable that's plugged into the TV, and right now I really can't unplug, move stuff around on the TV. So the best way is to just.
Okay, well, if you don't have any problems here, then then that says it's something with the splitter if you're using the same cable.
Hi, Jim.
Oi.
And still with the damn toaster.
Damn straight. I want peanut butter on my hot toast.
How
You-
goes the progress or the project you were working on?
Oh, it's done.
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah, it's done.
Did you complete it while you were listening to Carrie, or did it take longer than that?
It was just about finished while I was, yes, listening to Carrie, correct. The biggest problem was the drive didn't want to cooperate. That was the problem. But beyond that, no, everything's back up, everything's normal. The gaming system is back where it was. It's fine.
I stopped watching him right after he fired up that alien spaceship of a router.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've got an interesting project for myself tomorrow.
Okay, leave us all in suspense. What could that be? Let me think. Go ahead, tell us what it is.
My nephew texted me about 9:15 this evening, and he was in a panic because he was trying to replace an RTX 2060 with an RTX 3060 Ti. Nice upgrade, but for some reason when he put the new card in, he couldn't get any display. And what he also eventually admitted to was that he had put a third stick of RAM in the system. So I figured, okay, that's a little odd. You normally put pairs of 2 in. I don't quite understand what was going on there. But he decided to put, since he didn't get any display, he tried to put the 2060 back in and still couldn't get the display. So that's when he basically called me in the semi-panic. So I'm listening to him over the phone and having him check this, having him check that. And he powers on the system. And over the phone, I hear this horrendous noise. And I'm like, okay, what the hell is that? So, and then he was saying that the machine would power up and then it would shut off again. He's got an AIO on the system. And I'm guessing the noise I heard was probably the pump. That's my first guess. But he can't get a display out of it. Had him pull out that third stick, had him reseat the RAM, still couldn't get anything out of it. So he's going to be dropping that thing off at the crack of dawn in the morning. And I get to go have a look at it. So I may actually have some sort of video to post at some point, maybe over the weekend, about how that turns out. So that's going to be my project.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, my first guess is that like I said, the noise I heard, I think, is coming from the pump on the AIO, which would not entirely surprise me. The machine shutting down, he tried to power it up twice, and they said the thing just shut itself off, and that was it. I suspect what I'm going to find once I get into the BIOS, my guess is what I'm going to find is a CPU that's running away thermally because the pump is screwed. That's the first thing I think I'm going to find. Now, the problem with the graphics card stuff, I don't know yet, but we'll see.
Paul's AIO.
I don't know how old it is, but if I know him, first of all, it's probably a year and a half old. And my guess is also that the system's been running more or less constantly. So, but we'll find out. Assuming I can get it to at least give me some sort of display, I think the first thing I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at the CPU while it's just sitting in the BIOS and watch the temperature climb. That's the first thing I suspect is going to happen.
Keep talking. I'm looking for something here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, he's going to drop the system off because apparently he has to go to work tomorrow and he's leaving his house at 5:30 a.m. So
That should be a law against that. Wait, I got to be up at 5:30 to pick her up. Never mind.
so in any case, I'm gonna have a look at it. More than likely going to record stuff. It's not going to be anything live, that's for sure. But yeah, I may actually have a repair video to put up at some point. That'll be different.
Greg, you don't happen to remember about when my camera started screwing up on that today, do you?
Oh,
20 minutes or greater.
20 minutes or greater. All right, I'll start at the 20-minute mark.
You were talking about it, saying my video was flashing.
Yeah.
I didn't notice any issue.
No, I didn't notice it on YouTube either, but if I can find it here, I can show you. Okay, yeah, so there we go. No, that wasn't it. That was I was doing something else. But it clearly was almost like it was disconnecting, reconnecting, disconnecting, reconnecting type of deal. Okay, I found it. All right. Sorry, Greg. You shouldn't have told me that. Here we go.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Oh, Jesus. I gotta go get some candy.
Just bring me some. All right, so what he's talking about and what I was seeing over StreamYard is this right here. And since now nobody was seeing that over YouTube.
I did not see that at all.
Wow.
I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, well, you saw this because this I recorded this. I recorded
right.
StreamYard.
I was late watching it, so you'd already finished 25 minutes before I started watching it.
Recording was dropping out.
I don't know when you're mute. I don't know what it was because I too.
It was not doing that. It was not doing that live.
No, it was not. So, but it clearly, and then this is why I was doing the timing second to see what my difference was and his difference was, just to see what the delay was or the lag. But yeah,
God, that's nasty.
Yeah, I don't know what it. I honestly don't know what it was. I really don't. I don't think I've ever noticed it anywhere else except when I mess around with StreamYard.
Wow.
So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave that running in the background because there's some things I want to come back to and discuss. But I am going to go ahead and end the stream. Give some shout outs here to everyone that was here. Tony Wallow, BH Ringer, John Aloy Sr. was in. Parker Morris was actually here earlier. I don't know if he still is not. Jim said 10 o'clock. You guys keep messing with my schedule. It's a plan. BH Ringer was there. Long Dog was there. Jeff Ryman was there. Have I missed anybody? I don't think I have. John Aloy Sr. said he wishes he was in Buffalo. I don't know why he'd want to be in Buffalo. They got 100 foot of snow. Robert Michael posted a link, which I need to go grab that again before I leave so that I can link my stuff up and get it similar. Don't think I've missed anybody. And of course, Great Guy was there.
I was waiting for you. I was going to wait for you to close it out, and then I was going to bitch at you.
Well, see, I'm getting better. I am getting better. So thanks, everyone. I appreciate you being here. And tomorrow night, let me figure tomorrow night. Jim.
Yes.
What time would you like me to stream tomorrow night? Mrs. K is off.
Holy crap.
I don't know what time that is, but I'll work on it.
Okay. Yeah. No, whatever you want. I mean, it's just Friday night. Friday night at 10 is a bad idea. That's all.
Okay. Well, I posted a thing in the community on should I stream at the same time every night, and then I put a couple times in there. I'm open to when she works going for 11, when she doesn't work going for 10 or going for 9, or when she's working 16 going for 9 or 10. It matters not to me. I am very flexible in that regard. Um,
10 most nights is probably fine for me. Friday nights it's a little off.
Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Note to self, never stream before 10 on Friday night. Got it. All right, let's go ahead and end the stream. Excuse me. Stop stream.